Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So, I am going by the name of Nia Longevity. I've been really on a kick with like creative names lately and I like it. This is my first video. Definitely the struggle bus. Oh my gosh. So what I was trying to do earlier, and depending on how I edit it, you may see like what I was trying to do, but I was trying to do a talk through and like words of encouragement, and it's not so much that like it's hard to do two things at once. Actually, that's exactly what it is. It was difficult to like keep my train of thought and like figure out what I wanted to do because I was kind of looking a mess. And yeah, so I will say though, like I'll put for this look, I will put everything in the description box. Let me bring my phone closer. And yeah, I'm on my phone. Like I said, struggle bus. I don't have like studio lighting and stuff, so let's jump right into it. So kind of, I guess you can say it's a story time slash like an introduction. Brighten back up, boo. And the thing is, so this isn't exactly my very first YouTube video that I've ever made. The first one I made was like 10 years ago. I had gotten my first digital camera when I was like in middle school, so like 7th grade, so like around 2007 or 2006. So I was like 12 or 13, and I made a video and I showed somebody, and wow, this is really a mess. I showed somebody and they were like, like basically like that's trash. I looked weird doing it, like just kind of beat me down about it. But it was real brief beat down. I remember it vividly, and the thing is, it's just like, because I am very spiritual. Like I was raised to be religious, so I've always believed in God. I've always, been a Christian. But just as I've gotten older, I've explored other things, and like with spirituality, it really settles with me. And a principle kind of within that realm of like universal spirituality is that, and probably in all religions too, but a lesson is gonna keep popping up. Like things are just gonna keep popping up in your life until you learn from it. So I've been thinking, and especially as of late, I've been thinking a lot about that moment, and is what it meant to me. And it made me realize that I've always had an issue with prosperity. I've always had an issue with like acquiring things or like accepting gifts or accepting somebody to pay my way, whatever, because it was always an issue of not feeling like I deserved it. And so situations like that I've been through in life where, somebody was kind of discouraging or didn't really agree with something that I wanted to do, definitely I let it hold me back. And I say that because, we're not victims, but I could have, and like, if you know me, like, if you tell me to do something, and if I don't feel like doing it, I'm probably not gonna do it, but I just really let that hold me back. And the thing is, and what I'm here to say today is that don't let people hold you back, because it's not you, it's them. So it's very possible, maybe I did look kind of weird. There's some more stuff on my teeth. Maybe I did look kind of weird. Maybe the subject matter wasn't the best. Maybe the delivery wasn't the clearest. But like I said, like at the time it wasn't constructive. But we were like 13. Like any criticism is criticism. You know what I mean? It's not always like, oh well, this was constructive. It was just, well, Jenny said she didn't like it, so we're not friends anymore. And so yeah, like I kind of let that get in my way. Ooh, I lost my train of thought. I kind of let that get in my way, not realizing that just because the first round wasn't, stellar, didn't mean that it wasn't something that I just wasn't supposed to do at all. So, and I think that's definitely an issue too, and I see jokes about it like on Tumblr and stuff like that. Just because you don't succeed the first time, just because people don't approve the first time, don't give up. Be careful of who you share your dreams and who you share your ideas with, because everyone's not going to always agree. Not because it's a bad idea, but because A, they probably wish they had thought of it first, or it just seems too big for them to process. It seems like it's too much for them to comprehend, and that's not your problem. That's not something you should let discourage you, and maybe it's not meant to be discouraging, but like I said, they just can't process that. So if you have a goal, if you have a dream that other people can't process, that's okay. Because it doesn't always, like, those people, it doesn't always mean that they're going to be the ones putting it into action. They're not going to be the ones putting it into action at all. It's your dream. It's yours. You have to do that work. You have to nurture that. You have to feed that. And sometimes it's easier said than done, but I hope that this can help people in the long run understand that, hey, you know what? Oh well. I shot this idea at such and such. I informed this person. I informed that person, and they didn't like it. It is what it is. We all have the same 24 hours. Do we all have the same resources? No. But if there is a will, there is always a way. Like, we can pray about it, like, especially like in the Black community, like, definitely pray about it, but put work behind those prayers. Put effort behind that. Like, there are gonna be people who are your roadblocks. Don't be discouraged, because hurting people hurt people. And even beyond the realm of like being hurt, small-minded people really only kind of gather and really understand small-minded people. So you can't necessarily let other people and other things get in the way of your dreams, your aspirations, your happiness, and your prosperity. You just can't, or you'll never have anything. Because I work in retail, okay? I didn't know, I never knew that YouTube would end up being what it is, you know what I mean? And so had I just kind of said, oh, you know what, I don't agree with what she has to say, very well, I could have been, everybody would know me, and it would be like, ha, lol, look at this awful video. This is the first video that I ever made. This shit is trash. Sorry. This is trash, but, you know, I've grown so much since then. I got money in my pocket. I ain't gotta work with people. You know what I mean? So it's just like, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to do it is now. And I heard that quote recently, like maybe a couple months ago, and it's definitely been on my mind. Like, I say it to my boyfriend and stuff as a joke, but it's really true. Like, of course, 20 years ago, I was only 3 years old. I wasn't out here planting no trees. But 10 years ago, I could have planted this tree, and I could now, 10 years later, be eating the fruits of that tree, but I'm not. So either I can be like, ooh, I'm so bitter, or I can be better. And right now I'm choosing to be better. Always choose to be better. Always, always, always. Because you only have one life. And even if you do believe in reincarnation, it's not like you remember your past life. This is all you have. All you have is this moment. Anything else is literally just mental. Anything else is literally just imaginary. And I think it's important to note as well that whether or not you do find anyone that understands your dreams, or your aspirations, your message, whatever it is that you try to do, always still put it out there. Always still go forward, because you just never know. But despite the audience, despite your peers and how they may feel, I think too it is very important to go into something and look at something for yourself. Look into something because you are interested in it, not because you want to be in the know with everybody else. Push forward for your dreams, not because you want everybody, not because, you know, you want to create a wave or you want to be noticed for something that everyone else approves of, but because it was just something that you wanted to do, because it's something that you felt and you want to put yourself out there, and be satisfied with what you've done, with what you had. It's okay if you aren't, like, you know, if you're a filmmaker and you never make it to the silver screen, it doesn't negate whether or not you're a filmmaker. You still make films. Whether or not they're just, you know, little short films that you see on Tumblr or on the internet, whether or not they do make it to the silver screen, if they go straight to DVD, you've still done something. So I guess what I'm trying to say is don't negate um don't negate your efforts. I write. I'm a writer. Nothing I've written has ever been published. I wrote this really cool poem in the 4th grade, and my mom and my teacher loved it. And I never took it any further than that. I do plan on doing it, but I already know that, like, deep down, if I only am like an Amazon author, I'm still an author. I still wrote something, and it's still published. If I only do school plays, I was still an actress. Like, I acted and I enjoyed it. I got that experience. It's okay if things aren't as on a large of a scale as you may have imagined, but don't ever, oh, these kids are so loud, but don't ever let it make you think that because it wasn't on the same scale as somebody else, that it doesn't matter, because that's not true. I have really one subscriber. Two. I got 2 subscribers. And that's it. Like, that's all I have. That's all I have right now. Even if I, like, 10 years later, I keep making these weekly videos and I only have 2 subscribers, I'm still a YouTuber. I'm on YouTube making videos. So stay encouraged. Always believe in yourself, and always know that really it's all up to you. It's all up to you. Because at the end of the day, you have to go to sleep. You have to look yourself in the face knowing that whether or not you're happy, whether or not you did what it is that you wanted to do with your life, was all up to you. And I would much rather live my life now that I realize how much life I have to live and how much life I've let go and kind of take advantage of, because youth is wasted on the young. Now that I am more aware of that, it was up to me then, and I didn't really use my time as wisely, and it's still up to me now. So I'm going to do my very best to make sure that I get my message out there. And if only 3 people hear it, then 3 people hear it. But I got it out there. 3 people who I didn't know before I did this, who've never heard my voice before, heard it. And they get to prosper, and maybe it's encouraging to them and it helps them in some type of way. And that's all I'm asking for. That's all I want. But I don't know if it can go any further than that. But I know that I will be satisfied because I did it. So, and it can really be encouraging too, not to say limit how you see your dreams, not to limit yourself in any type of way, but just to get a better understanding and some contentment, because it can, nothing is ever worth its salt if you're not content with it. So gain some contentment, be encouraged, and know that anything is possible and anything can be yours readily. You just got to put your hands out there. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you get to walk away encouraged, with a smile on your face, with some joy in your heart, and, you know, with some energy in you, so you can get started and start working on your own dreams and making your aspirations come to life. Does that make sense? I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.